that you want to grab your headset, ma'am.
Oh,
Yeah.
Red. The red headset.
The red head with the red headset. Yes. All right. So we are back, KOVLradio.com, and we have in the studio on Floetry Friday, Debra FoFeet Warren, FoFeet Deep. Yes.
All the time.
All the time. Lady, I'm so happy to see you. She has signed our wall of names. You guys have got to see this wall one day that I've got. Can you hear okay?
I can't hear me.
You can't hear you?
Uh-uh.
Okay, let me turn this music down. Hold on. Okay. Make sure your mic is on. Yep.
Hello.
There it is. Turn that music down a little bit. Turn that music down a little bit. So you know what, FoFeet? I just realized something. First of all, I'm so happy to see you. I've not seen you in forever.
Yes.
It has been a while. I mean, I was still at Ferguson when I had not seen you forever. And then in June of this year, I came and I was invited to membership here. I accepted it. And then in July, I told Dallas, we're leaving. Let's go. We gone. And we came over and we started live streaming as we built this radio station.
Right.
And then Dallas has gotten so busy with Mix 99.5 that he's gone on. And I'm doing Live with RaeJ. So instead of Discussions with Dallas Live with RaeJ, it's Live with RaeJ.
All right then.
You know?
All I need to say is sometimes we have to make moves.
Yeah.
And if you don't make it when it was time, it's gonna be made for you.
Exactly. And you're gonna miss something, and you don't want to miss anything.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So I'm very excited about the new station, KOVLradio.com. It's very new to us. I started I had a test broadcast, and so we found out some things, but we were streaming as we are now. And as we work through all of those things, I got a co-host, Keisha J.
Hey, Keisha J.
Keisha J is going to soon be family because that is Easy's cousin.
Yeah.
Oh, how are you?
Keisha J, family.
Yes, and she's my assistant, and she helps on the Mix 99.5 Saturday morning live broadcast.
Good deal.
So we just, we keeping it all in the family over here at the DG. But I'm happy to see you, and so we're here, and I'm glad to make you a part of my first Floetry Friday. And this is the first time that you're seeing me behind the controls.
Yes. Well, I think, here.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
That's
what I have to say. That's what I have to say.
Thank you so much. So listen, everybody. This is Debra FoFeet Warren, and Impudum. Am I saying that right? Impedum organization, and Uzi Custom Clothes is the name of the business and the organization. And you can get in touch with FoFeet by emailing her at impedum.org/Uzi Store, UZI Store. And she's on Facebook under Uzi Custom Clothes and Impedum St. Louis.
Right. Now let me explain.
Yes.
That's the organizations. That's how you get in touch with us on Facebook. I'm not the only person to get in touch. Okay. We are an organization, and that means we got many people doing many things and with different responsibilities. Because you cannot. I found from the radio show FoFeet Deep that you can do something alone, but you have so much more power when you have an organization doing it with you.
Yes, indeed.
And you can get it completed. I got one out. And the one thing I was talking about during that time is the big thing I'm talking about now. Because it has grown and we've grown. And I have grown too. June, around my birthday, I think about June 10th was around the last time I even attempted to try to go to the radio station.
And you know, that makes sense because it was right about that same time that we were kind of, you know, sporadic.
Yeah.
You and I, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, you have to move on and move where you need to be. Yeah.
And that's okay. The thing is that that's okay.
Right.
So tell us, what do these terms mean?
Okay.
Impedum, let's start there.
Impedum is International People's Democratic Uhuru Movement.
Okay.
And that is an organization under the African People's Socialist Party, the Uhuru Movement organization. Now, Impedum is the place to bring Africans to political life. That's the one part of our life that none of us have. It's not in education. You don't know anything about. You have to dig to find out who is this person, what they represent. You have to actually make it a class, and that's not taught to us. Okay, it's not taught to us. So if you want to get education on political life, that's where Impedum come in.
Now, have you heard of Pomoja? I think it's called Academy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you talked with the principal there and talked about coming in and teaching the kids some of this stuff? Because they have a Afrocentric based curriculum.
Okay, it's an Afrocentric based curriculum. But we have, for the children,
yes,
we have Kijiji. No, is it Kijiji? Yeah, Kijiji, which is teaching children as we learn. It teaches them who they are, to value themselves as humans, and to know that they are more than less than. Things like Marcus Garvey.
Yeah.
They're taught Marcus Garvey. Actually, we call it, some of our stuff is called Marcus Garvey Academy. Pomoja, I don't know much. I've met the principal, and we've been invited to represent, come down and talk to the kids. But right now, we're busy, amazingly building here in St. Louis. We've got soon to open our own Uhuru house, which Uhuru is Swahili word for freedom.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Is this language Kiswahili?
Uhuru is a Swahili word for freedom. And we greet ourselves and others Uhuru, which is what is to be first and foremost on our mind.
Okay.
What the Uhuru house is, the first floor is at 4101 West Florissant. We, the African working class is the ones being pushed out, the ones being left out, the ones that are being killed, the ones that's being targeted. They're the working class. And they're the one that's going to have to lead the revolution.
And you said that address again is 4101?
West Florissant.
West Florissant?
Yes.
So is that in the city part of West Florissant?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's right. It's West Florissant and Alice.
And Alice.
Okay. It's it's about 4 blocks from 70.
Okay.
Into the city.
Yeah, so that's like the 63107, or is it
7, or I don't know what the zip
8,
is.
somewhere in there. But yes. But if people know that it's at Alice.
It's at Alice,
they'll know where to find it.
And it's a big sign that say, I didn't bring in the paper. It's a big sign that say Uhuru House. UHURU. Uhuru.
And what does Uhuru mean?
Freedom.
Freedom.
In Swahili.
And it's the Freedom House.
Right. And we're going to have that. It'll be a meeting place for people to come, Africans in the area. Now, let me start over. We say Africans because that is anybody with melanin. You're from Africa. At some point in your lineage, you're from Africa. And when you use America, African American, you are giving America credit for putting your family in bondage.
Oh, wow. I don't think people think about it like
that. No, they don't. No, they don't. Well, there has been a history of different name changes that black people, Africans, have gone through. Okay? So we choose Africans because that's who we are. And we're not, as Marcus Garvey said, Africa is for Africans at home and abroad, because Africans were taken all over the world. Mm-hmm. And that's why we're all over the world now. But what has not changed in that is the fact that we were taken around the world for free labor, for bondage, to empower somebody else. Mm-hmm. The majority of our work and sweat and tears have gone to empower somebody else. That's what we do, talk about Black Power.
And so tell me, when did you establish the actual physical house? Because you've been doing this. This is not something new just because you have a facility. Mm-hmm. But when were you able to actually get a location?
We got the location, I think it was in July.
Okay, of this year?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And it's owned by whom?
The organization.
So the organization owns this property.
Yes.
And you're in an area of the city that needs this type of information and this type of help. Are you all going to continue to move within the North City area and buy more property?
We have.
Look at that. I love it.
We have.
I love it.
We have.
I love it.
Well, we got that property at the corner, which will be opening up. We're looking for February, which will open up. And let me tell you about the Uhuru House. It's also called Aquaba Hall.
Aquaba Hall. And Aquaba?
Welcome.
Welcome.
Aquaba Hall. It'll be a place, if you want to have a birthday party, you don't have to go downtown or out in the county to find a nice space that's reasonable for you to to rent. It's right there in the neighborhood, Aquaba Hall. If you want to have a birthday party, it's an event place. Space. If you want to teach class, it's an event space. Bring the kids there and teach class. You ain't got to bus them across town. You can support your own neighborhood, because that hall, Uhuru House, is the people's house. It's the people's house.
And you're not just talking about the people of the organization. You're talking about the community at large of melanated people.
Yes, this area is being genocide. Now, what genocide means is that they're being priced out of their own homes that's been in their house, been their family for years, okay? And the kids have moved away. Grandma's still there, and she's old, and she's, having a hard time. So stuff happened, and then you get these city people coming in and giving her all kind of citations to get her out the home. And once they do 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 homes. You got 2 homes where people still living in, and they blight the area because they want to tear it down, build other homes, and charge people an arm and a leg. And they moving it in for. I'm talking about white power. That's the day I'm talking about. Okay, so if you genocide is moving, tearing down substantial home for our people and building up other homes for white people to come in. That's the bottom line. And then the houses are too expensive for people that's been living there all their lives to even stay. So you you run the area down, you move them out, rebuild. Okay, so these areas need places to shop, places for the kids to play, places to have meeting. Uhuru House, Aquaba Hall.
I love it. So if you have an event there, is there a space where you can't find a sitter? that the kids have an area that they can be in while you're there doing what you're doing?
There's going to be spaces. You mean like if you have you have an event.
I'm having an event.
People have children.
Right.
But you really want the kids to be in their own space.
Correct.
There should be, by the time we're done, a space. Now you got to bring that person to keep the kids.
Right.
Okay. They should be able to. There should be a space for them.
Okay. We
have 3 floors. It's 900 or 1,700 square feet. It's 3 floors in a basement.
Okay. Yeah. Is the basement functional?
They're working on that too. Everything is.
So everything in that facility will be functioning up and running, and you all have an expected date of
we're shooting
February.
Let me tell you where to find information about this project, because this is for the community. This is for the community, and in that you go to the Black Power Blueprint on Facebook.
Okay.
And it'll show you what's being done, how it looked when we first got it, how it looks now, and what it's gonna look like.
Wow.
Amazing.
So how did you acquire the property? Was it easy? Was it back taxes? What was it?
That property, LRA Properties.
Okay.
That property was
land utilization.
Right. And I'm not the one that did it. The organization, an area called the Black Power Blueprint, that's about taking back the power.
Back our blocks.
Yes. And across the street,
yes,
we have 2 lots and 2 buildings. That's going to be cleared for a marketplace.
You know, I posted, and I'm happy to hear about that for this reason. I posted this week about a young lady. I want to say she may be in California or Arizona. I can't remember, don't quote me, but she has opened up her own grocery store. And it is huge, let me tell you. This little African woman has done it. And I said, this is proof, was what I put as my statement. This is proof that we can do this.
No, we gonna do this.
Yes. Oh yes,
we gonna do this.
And it's been done once before.
We're doing this,
and it didn't work. I don't know why, but we cannot steal from one another, and make the grocery store close. And then when we need stuff, we can't afford to go and get it because we got to go get it from somebody else's store.
Look, when you remember, I said it takes organization.
Yes, it does.
When you do something by yourself,
yes,
that's yours.
You're by yourself,
right? But when you bring the neighborhood, the community into it, where they have a stake in it,
yes,
that's your best protection.
Yes.
We plan on doing a garden.
Wonderful, because I have a brown thumb.
Okay.
And I say that because, you know, I love plants to death. Right. I either underwater, overwater, don't understand the light, the photosynthesis, none of that, so that it can flourish.
Right.
You know, it's like by accident. I'll tell you how bad I am. I killed a cactus.
Don't feel alone.
Okay.
Because you probably gave it too much water.
I did.
And then the ones that turned brown and died, you didn't give them enough water. You have to know the science of it.
And it is a science.
I'm still learning.
Now, you give me a body, and I can probably tell you, because you're a registered nurse, you know, I know a little bit. I can do that a whole lot better than I can do a plant.
I hear you.
But listen, before we've got a lot. You're going to definitely have to come back and tell us more about this. We're going to want to come and actually, take pictures, do live streams so that people can see.
Yes.
Because the only way that people are going to connect and click in, they got to see it. We're visual. That's okay that we're visual. But you also got to be...
I got an event too.
Kinetic, which means you got to go. You got to move. You just can't look. You got to move,
be a part of it,
and experience it.
Okay, this is the last I'm going to say about those projects, because we have what we call a kitchen.
Okay.
You remember the boathouse on Goodfellow and across from Goody Goody.
Okay.
They used to sell boats.
I do remember that now that you said that.
The Gico kitchen, will be a space where it'll be a restaurant and a catering service, but it will be a setup for training for people that are coming out of jail, to be trained, finish whatever they need as far as education, and how to start their own business. Because if you can bring people out of jail and show them how to feed, house, and clothe their families, there's no reason they should go back.
There is no reason. Because you're arming them with the things to keep them from having to go back.
Right. Yes. You've got to go to the Black Power Blueprint. Exactly. And the thing is, we're looking for volunteers. We're having a volunteer day. Go to the Facebook Black Power Blueprint.
Facebook Black Power Blueprint.
That's right.
Okay.
Go there.
Keisha, can you put that on our stream so that when people come back to it, they'll be nosy enough to say, what's that?
Yes. And let me tell you the reason I'm excited. We're having... Okay, let me go back to Uzi.
Okay.
Uzi is a Swahili word which means a thread of freedom.
Okay.
UZI. And what we do is custom designs. And you can find that at UZI Custom Clothes on Facebook.
A thread of freedom.
A thread of freedom. Now, what that means, we take gently used clothes. Basically, we're having a relaunch on December 29th at Legacy Books and Cafe from 8 to midnight.
Oh, wow.
The relaunch will be showing exactly what Uzi is. It's a revolutionary style. And our main designer, she's amazing. She's got cuts. You need to go on that site. You know this.
In the Uzi store, you can. I just want our listeners to know, that you can go to UZI. That's Uzi store at impedum.org. So you will find the Uzi store at IN as in Nancy, the letter P, D as in dog, UM as in money.org. So it's impedum. It really is pronounced the way it looks. .org for the UZI, Uzi store. And you will find all of this information. There's going to be a fashion showcase at Legacy Books and Cafe, located at 5249 Del Mar, here in St. Louis, Missouri. So December the 29th from 8 to midnight, you will be able to be a part of that freedom event. And you're going to have performances. You're going to have some of the clothing there. There's also a raffle. What is going on with the raffle and the fashion show?
Woo-wee! Okay, now this is a stunning, energized, packed event. Okay, the main thing is the relaunch of Uzi clothing. Custom clothing.
Okay.
So we're going to have a fashion show.
And clothes are available for purchase that night.
The clothes that they're wearing are available for purchase off their backs.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And we will be live streaming on Uzi Custom Clothes from Facebook.
Okay.
If you see something you like, you can put in, say, hey, I like that blank, blank, blank. And give us your number. We'll take care of you.
Now, do you have to bid? Is it going to be an auction?
No.
So you don't have to worry about trying to outbid anybody.
The clothes are for sale, not for bid.
That's okay. And I think it needed to be said.
They're for sale. Yes. And we can take orders.
Okay. So and the tickets are $10. $10 in advance as well as at the door?
Yes.
Okay, so see, this is a $10 event. A $10 ticketed event. No reason for you not to come. It's after Christmas.
Yes.
So if you this is during Kwanzaa. So if you have some money that you got for Christmas, come and spend it.
Yes, and we will have poets, singers, musicians, and DJ.
Now, all your talent, has that already been booked? You're ready?
There is, we've got somebody working it. Like I say, it takes an organization to make things yeah, we've got most of our people confirmed. They will, we have a radio station called Black Power 96 out of St. Petersburg,
Florida.
That's
right. You had been down there. I remember that you went and took a trip and you did a few little live streams from there.
So St. Petersburg, that will also be in the future housed at the Uhuru House.
Yes, because they also are part of the organization. Yes. I was on their live stream. They were doing some political hoo-has taking place. And it was some injustices that took place with about 3 young girls that had drowned.
3 black drowned.
Yes. And when they came up, they were locked. Their hands were locked together because. All right, so I remember them clearly. Yes. And I was a part of being notified of that stream. So your work is far-reaching for sure.
Well, you know what? We need to get people to reach into their pockets. Because the mother of those girls, because they were like sisters, they were such close friends, is also a part of the organization. And you know, I'm gonna make this quick. When when something happens and the sheriff of Pinellas County, Florida, we're charging them with murder because first of all they lied and said that the officers jumped in and tried to save the girls, but they couldn't.
Right, they were laughing from what I recall.
Yes, you can listen to the video. See, what they didn't know was their own cameras were on them. And they were standing on the side of my, hey, I think I heard them yelling for help. The other one said, well, they'll be done soon. These girls were drowning. They were 15. 2 of them was 15 and 1 of them was 16.
On their way to a party. And the young man came and picked them up. From what the story said, I don't know about
they were riding with someone.
They were riding with someone.
He did something. Well, this wasn't a young man. They were the guy was trying to take them somewhere, and they got away from him. And police got behind them and started hitting the back of their car.
That's what happened.
And
that's how he lost control.
Ran them into an area where there was a pond. Only one way out and one way in. They ran in there and then the car pushed them, the police car pushed their car into the pond. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. And they couldn't get out. They killed those girls. And we're charging them with murder. So what we need is people to go to justice, or I'm going to say justice, the number 4, Dominique.
Justice for Dominique.
Justice for Dominique. For donate.
Wasn't her sister speaking about that she got up and read a poem that she wrote for her sister to honor her sister?
Her sister's young.
Yes.
She had a young sister.
Yes. That was so sad.
Yes.
That was so sad. So I'm so happy for what you are accomplishing with the organization and doing the work that you are doing, because you don't get paid for this.
You know what? I get payment when we're free. And when I say free, I mean Black Power. I can't stay in your house and work for you. Wait a minute, let me put it like this. My family is owned by you. Okay. We got a house, but we can't do anything without your say so. Okay? That means I don't have any power. I can't live my free life if I'm still under your power. That's white power over Africans. Africans was brought, I'm going to just say, to the United States to work as slaves. And when we so-called got free, that means that we're going to fool you and say you're free, but yet we're going to write rules to make sure that you're never free. that you're never, you never have power over your life. You never have power over your children, your education, the money you make. That ain't your money. They just loaning us a little bit to stay in poverty. Mm-hmm. Because from the laws that are made to keep us enslaved. And when they took off the shackles, they tightened the screws around our brain and will. Because brainwashing is easy. Mm-hmm. When you make people think they're the bad ones. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. And see that freedom event that we're having, yes, is a Thread of Freedom with Uzi. It's prizes. And I told you we're having performers. Right. But let me tell you about this raffle. Okay, yes. Tell me about the raffle. When you pay $10 to get in, yes, you automatically get a ticket for the raffle. Okay. Now we have 4 items that we're raffling, and we'll have 4 jars with the pictures, and you can take your $10 raffle ticket and put it in the one you want to be included. Like that. Now, if you want to be in all 4, you need a ticket for each one. So that's $10. $10 per fantasy. Right. Now, let me show you what we're raffling. Okay, so we're gonna see what is going to be at this raffle. December the 29th, 8 to midnight. You have got to put in for this. Mm-hmm. So we've got this NutriBullet RX, which is the world's new powerful nutrition extractor. The big NutriBullet. Rating of reviews of a 4.4 rating. Right. And I love it. $10? Yes. $10. Yes. Because that's basically what it is. What's the next item up for bid? That's the big boogie. And then the next one is, okay, when you pushed it back this way. Okay. It is a tanzanite necklace. Okay. And what is tanzanite? Tanzanite, okay, let me start. Because I know it is a precious stone. Right. Tanzanite is a stone that is harvested. It's beautiful. It's harvest, and I say harvest because they digging it up like hot weed. It is found in Tanzania, Africa, yes, which is also called where they think the Garden of Eden. Okay. They believe in parts of Africa where women where those people were found, where the Indians that lived, the Africans that lived there, mm-hmm, when a woman have a baby, yes, she's given this stone, okay, because it's a precious stone of life. Okay, okay. And it comes from Tanzania, where they claim the Garden of Eden was located. And what color is it? It's a blue. The deeper violet blue it is, the more is worth. Wow. I see, and it's so pretty. It's really, really, really. Now, that's the 3rd and 4th prize. Okay. The male watch and the female watch. Okay. And who are the watches by? Let me look and see. I did know the name is Kendall and James. Kendall and James. So yep, you have timepieces. Yes. For men and women. And female. That will, be a part of this raffle. Yes. And it's Kendall and James. Kendall and James. Kendall and James. So let me show this to the faces. To the faces. I'm so excited. We have eyes and ears in here. Of course. So we want to make sure that the faces. So everybody that's listening, this is like for $10. Or yes, for $40, you could quite possibly walk away with all 4 of these beautiful items. Exactly. That is valued at, I will venture to say, $1,500.